Hello, Mark Crossfield here, answering more of your questions with Golf Online. Simon on Facebook says, is there a difference between fade stroke draw settings, i.e. Callaway driver, and draw stroke fade setting weights in, say, a Mizuno JPX 850 driver? If so, what would be better? Neither are better because neither can really do enough. I would say they're just different ways of dealing with the same issue. So if you move a weight on a club towards the toe end or the heel end, which is where a draw and a fade bias idea might be coming, you might get a slightly different release speed or pattern, and you'll get a different centre of gravity placement of the club, which could move your strike the other side of it. So then you could start gearing draws or fades in depending on what side you put the sliding weight, changeable weights. The other ways the companies are doing it, so Titleist do it in a sure fit neck, it's more they're changing lie of the club to try and slightly dial in. So the more I point the toe in the air, that points the loft slightly left, and the more I put the toe on the ground, that points the loft slightly right. And as you have a driver with not much loft, that's very, very small. So a wedge, for instance, if you lower the handle, even though the leading edge is pointing straight, the loft can be pointing way left if the toe's in the air. When you start taking loft off, that lie makes very little difference. So if you had a driver with zero loft, it didn't matter if you put the toe or the heel up in the air, there's no loft, it's going to point just dead straight, no matter what. It's when you put a bit of loft on it. The more loft, the bigger effect it has. So one is using lie, and the other is using weights to try and get you to rotate the face differently through impact and use strike. So gear effect off strike by moving centre of gravity to try and help you get some different shapes. The biggest thing with all these changeable clubs is that you can override them. The weights are tiny, they're very small. There isn't many fully grown humans who can't completely override a twist of whatever that weight is trying to do. They're very much fine tuning. Unfortunately, the skill, and this is the main ethos of the R&A when it comes to equipment, is that the skill stays in your hands. It's not given to the manufacturers. Unfortunately, guys, that's their job. Nothing's going to change unless they change, which they won't, because we're talking about golf here. It's been doing pretty good for hundreds of years as a sport. So, yeah, it's up to you, I'm afraid.